Hello, welcome back to Kajo MTV Kalina Kina Mukhadi, aka Kajo Ngwanyana ka Jeno Ngwanyana Limpopo based in Cape Town. You guys, here's a new setup. Do you like the new setup? We've set up I've played around with the furnitures so that we can accommodate for our new podcast, of which I can see the love, guys. And I appreciate the love that you're showing towards the podcast. We are growing. Anywho, I'm sure many of you, besides seeing me on the podcast, you're asking yourself, where is Kajo? Why is Kajo so all of a sudden MII? Guys, I'm not MII. I've been going through a lot. Kuningi, guys. Kuningi. And honestly speaking, I've been overwhelmed a lot. So I decided that maybe today, just to relieve stressinyana, so let me speak to my Kajo Nation. But before I can start talking to you guys, please remember to always click on the like, hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that every time we upload, you get notified. And guys, our podcast Beyond the Frame, it's on all major podcasting platforms. You can catch us on Spotify. I'll put in the RSS link on the description box below. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on Apple Podcast, whatever podcasting method platform you like. Beyond the Frame is there. Now let's get back to the topic why I've been so overwhelmed. Guys, you know, when they always say before you can reach the end of the tunnel, it's always so dark. Until you start to see that little light, then you know that you're getting somewhere. A lot has been happening. So I have a partner that I'm working with now. He's my producer. He's my editor. He's doing wonders for the channel. But lately we've been facing so many challenges. It's like we've been tested, man. Our faith is being tested. Or what do you think, Tamlo? And he always encourages me, Kajo, don't give up. Sometimes I feel like, why am I doing all this? Why am I going through all this? What is this all for? But he will remind me, don't forget the bigger picture. Don't forget why we're doing this. So, the area that I'm living in currently, there's gang murders that are going on. There's gang murders that are going on just in the street that I live in. An infant baby was discovered unalived in a bin after he or she was given birth to. The mother is unknown. And when you try to unwind and clear your mind, current news, it's the SEP scandals, it's the Alabuga scandals. It's like, honestly speaking, the world is coming to an end. And it's easy for a person to get overwhelmed. So I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed lately. And I thought because of all these current affairs, things that are happening, it could be the reason why I'm always feeling down. A few weeks back, I started feeling unwell. Then I noticed that when I'm on my periods, my cycle is no longer the same. But I thought maybe it's because I've reached 40. Maybe it's pre-menopause symptoms that I don't know of. Then I brushed it off. Then I started noticing that some days I'll wake up fine, the normal cardio that I know. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up, none of my clothes will fit, I'll feel bloated. And I started asking myself, what is going on? What is going on? Ivan? Yeah, so finally, my partner and I spoke, and I decided that I'm gonna go to the doctor. I went to the doctor. The doctor gave me medication to stop my bleeding because I was bleeding for long, and she suggested that I should go for further testing. So I went for scans. When I went for scans, they discovered that I have fibroids, like the size of a tennis ball, in my womb. If you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. I'm someone who never struggled from when I was growing up. I never struggled with my periods. I never struggled. Yes, I will have cramps when I'm on my periods, but normal cramps, of which is expected. But lately, guys, I would have to skip work. That one day when my periods start, I know I won't go to work because I'm not feeling well. I will have headaches. My stomach will be big like I'm pregnant, full of air. I don't know what's happening. Only to discover that those are the symptoms some women experience when they have fibroids. So I've embarked on a new journey of changing the food that I eat, the drinks that I drink, and all that. And my older son enrolled me to the gym. I'm just keeping you guys updated what's happening. We're going to talk about a lot of things in this video. We're not going to talk about one thing. My older son enrolled me to the gym, of which I'm absconding a lot. I will go, guys. We still have ongoing projects at work before it's freeze. So I'm always busy. Yeah, so that's why I haven't been this much active on the main channel, not the podcast, because I'll just feel overwhelmed after shooting the podcast. I'm exhausted. I have to plan for my week at work and plan for the following week to have a guest to do the shooting and everything. In between all that, I'm forever exhausted. I'm forever have back pains. I'm forever bloated. So yeah, guys, it was a lot. And then all of a sudden, when I was browsing through YouTube, then I started hearing stories about the rapture. They say it's not the coming of Christ. Actually, those who know, it's not the coming of Christ. I'm not gonna go deep into it of what is rapture. If you're a Christian and you know your Bible, you can go to Revelations. You can go wherever you can quote. It can be quoted wherever. I'm not very good with scriptures, but it is there in the Bible. So there are prophets that are on YouTube and major social media. They are talking that it's on the 20. Is it the 23rd? 23rd or 24th? That's gonna be rapture. It is believed that God will descend and come and take his children. And then if you don't believe and you're not a believer, you will stay behind, and that's when we're going to be forced to take the mark of the beast. So it brought back a lot of things. I remember when I was growing up, I remembered this. I always tell you guys that my mom was a born again Christian. She used to attend these charismatic churches and everything. So there was this lady, I think her name was Sister Disebo. The first time in my life when I heard about rapture, I think I was 9 years old, and I heard it from that lady. And then she showed us a movie. In that movie, it was like a normal day. People were sitting in their houses. Let's say I'm busy shooting like this, and in front of the camera, I just disappear. Yes, that's how rapture is gonna happen, apparently. So people are just gonna disappear without knowing where they are. And if you don't disappear by the 23rd, and that apparently everything is allegedly said, if you don't disappear on the 23rd, on the 25th, the 23rd, 25th, it means you've stayed behind. You were not raptured. And it is also allegedly said that there will be 10 days of darkness or 7 days of darkness. Guys, you can do your research. You can go to other YouTube channels. You can check Send Twins. You can check other channels. They have guests that come there to talk about more about this. I don't want to go deep into this. But all these channels, whatever they are talking about, the rapture and everything, do these people realize how overwhelmed we feel? I mean, everybody, I don't know if I speak to everybody, but I'm going to speak for myself. Like, it's so overwhelming. You even put your plans on hold because you don't know what's going to happen. Am I wrong to ask questions? What is your take on this, guys? Let's comment on the comment section. What is your take on this rapture thing? Are you feeling overwhelmed as much as I feel overwhelmed? Are you making plans for after the 24th of September? If you're not making plans when the rapture comes, what are your plans? Are you going to be at home with your family? Are you going to be raptured from work? Because, guys, remember, it's going to be a normal working day. Fortunately for us in South Africa, on the 24th, it's a public holiday. Maybe we'll be raptured sitting with our children if we are lucky. But, guys, do you ask yourself really, what is it really going to happen? Or is it just another myth? If you recall very well, in the year, was it 1999 going to 2000, when we were going to millennium, we were told that it's going to be the end of the world. People were buying food, like there were other people, they were doing storages under their houses and whatever, because it was meant to believe that it's going to be the end of the world. I remember very well because my family, we made sure that we are under one roof when we say Happy New Year, 2000. Now, we only left with a week, guys. How do you feel about that? We are told that we are left. How many days is it from today to the 24th? Let's check quickly. Today, Kidi 13. We are left with a full week and 4 days, I think. Yeah, roughly there. To disappear. And we are warned that if you are not raptured, don't take the mark of the beast. Of which is going to be a difficult decision to make, because apparently we're going to reach a point where if you don't have the mark of a beast, you can't even buy food. Apparently we're going to have a mark on our foreheads or our hands. I'm going to look for that movie, man. If I can find that movie, I'll even put it on the description box so that you guys can watch it. I'm sure somebody loaded it on YouTube somewhere. I'm going to look. It's an old movie because I watched it when I was 9 years old. I think it's called Rapture. It explains everything that these people are saying in this YouTube channel. Everything that's been said currently on social media, it happens in that movie. The only difference is that it happens during broad daylight. There's no fire, because some people say the world is going to end with fire. there's no darkness. Some people saying it's gonna be 10 or 7 days of darkness. That is the only difference, but everything that is being explained, it's in that movie. So guys, I just thought today let me speak to my Kajo Nation and find your thoughts. Maybe Lina, when I talk about it, it will help me to relax a bit, guys, because now honestly speaking, I've put my plans on hold for Rapture. Now get ready, itile ngoma di ready sana, di ready, le ready lena. And if you're not ready, what are your thoughts? But on the other hand, I always ask myself this: okay, Rapture, they say it's for Christians. They believe when you believe in Christ, and the Antichrist, they will be left behind. Are you with Christ or are you an Antichrist? And is the Antichrist only those people who go to charismatic churches alone? Does it mean when you don't go to church but you believe in God, you are a sinner? Why are we being judged by human beings on earth? I'm not a big church goer, but I know in the 10 Commandments, there's a command that says, thou shalt not judge. It's a bit of a tricky situation. I've been overthinking it. I've been thinking about it. I've been asking myself, what are the thoughts of other people? And I thought, man, I haven't spoken to my Kajo Nation for a long time. I might as well upload a video and hear your thoughts about this, about this whole situation. And I told you guys, today we're going to talk about other things. We are Rapture ngoku. Siyishiya mva. Another thing, guys, I see your comments on Beyond the Frame. You like the stories and everything. If you want to be a guest on Beyond the Frame, we'll put a banner here. You can send a WhatsApp on both the numbers and we'll get back to you. We can arrange when we can do this. We can shoot. And you have to be around Western Cape. When I say Western Cape, I don't mean Buhar Manas and whatever, guys. Let's be realistic. I mean around Cape Town area and surroundings. Southern suburbs, northern suburbs, western suburbs, wherever. But if you are about 2 hours away, it's a bit far. We'll have to make other means of logistics. Speaking this gang-related murders and everything. All these things, they are not done by old people. All these children, they are under 18, most of them. They are on by Fagamakaleng. I don't want to mention the name. By user, by Fagamakaleng, by Tengisa. And most killings, we believe it's territorial killings. But the problem is, guys, we're even scared for our children to play outside. Because you're scared that your child will be caught in the crossfire. The scariest part is that the 2 ladies that were unalived last week, they are still in high school, those children. That is what is so scary. Just in my street 2 weeks back, I mentioned when the video started, a mother gave birth. After giving birth, she took that newborn baby, put it in a plastic bag, and put it in the bin. 2 more babies were discovered in the surrounding areas. Similar situation. Are we as parents monsters that our children can't even run to us when they're having issues? don't we have that relationship with our children? When your daughter discovers that she's pregnant, she can't even come to you and talk to you. When your daughter or your son is going through a lot, they resort to drugs because we don't have time for our children as parents. What kind of a nation are we raising? And I always talk to most of the guys at work. You'll hear comments like, we blame you, lena bo mama, because le spoila bana. But we know in South Africa, 90% of children, they don't know their real fathers. Why must it always be the mother's responsibility for a child to grow well groomed, while you don't take responsibility as a father? What is happening to our nation? That little child that was born and put in the bin, he or she did not deserve that. If you are a parent who stays with your child and your child can be pregnant for 9 months and they go and throw away that child in the baby in the bin like that, and you don't even notice anything, what does that say about you as a parent? I know our children are full of secrets, and social media has taken over our lives so much that we don't even have time to just sit and talk with our children. It's so sad that these days you can't even discipline a child worker next door. Now we grew up with that thing where it takes a village to raise a child. If didlala upper next door and a gamosha, then my friend's mom, she wouldn't hesitate to take that shoe and papa speed to discipline me, or what you're doing is wrong. But these days, if my child is playing with your child from next door and that child breaks something of mine, I can't even discipline your child. It's like I'm killing that child. And let me tell you something. Children are very manipulative. Kids are very, very manipulative. The minute you start to say, hi, not my child, now my son will never do that, he's going to play with your emotions all the time, because you always give him that benefit of the doubt and you're saying, abantu bakgogela mntanakho, bangamgogeli. Can we go back to the old ways of raising our children? That old school ways. We know how we grew up. I mean, when your mom called you, I'm sure there was dust behind you when you ran to her. But kids these days, you have to call them 10 times before they can respond. And parents don't see anything wrong with it. The videos that we see on social media, kids bullying teachers. You as a parent, when you see that video and your child is appearing on that video, what are you saying? What is it saying about you as a parent as well? So guys, you can understand why umuntu aba stressed, aba overwhelmed, because you even think of your children or nyanyani, like, yo, what's gonna happen to my children? I still have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, which they are already being influenced by social media. Now, when they start to get the influence from outside, what's going to happen to our children? Why are parents not involved in their children's lives anymore? It's not our children's responsibility to grow up all of a sudden. We have to be involved. We have to play our part. Our mothers used to be umbrella mothers. They knew everything about us. But I can tell you right now, 90% of you guys that are listening right now, some of you don't even know where your daughter is. And it's late outside already. You don't even know where your son is. You don't even check their schoolwork. Teachers always complain that they will send books home. Books are not signed. Books are not whatever. Because we don't care anymore. I understand that our lives are busy. I understand. I'm one of the busiest people I know. Life is busy. But we do have to have time for our children. Otherwise, South Africa is not going anywhere, guys. We are not. These children that we are not grooming, they are our future leaders. Now, what's going to happen to our future leaders if 90% of them are on drugs? What's going to happen to our future leaders if 90% of them, they are already in gangs? By the time they are 25, they are already gang leaders. What is happening to our country? Let's cry for our country, people. It is so tiring to watch news these days. I don't remember the last time I watched Morning Live. Because whenever I wake up in the morning, I'll turn on the TV while I'm busy preparing for the kids and listen to the news. I think for the past 3 weeks, I haven't listened to the news. I'm just avoiding that feeling of feeling overwhelmed and tired because of all the current affairs, things that are happening. If it's not illegal electricity connections, it's people killing people. If it's not that, it's the municipality, the drains on the road. Guys, honestly speaking, people think Cape Town is beautiful. Come to Kasi, you will see. We are killing our country, and we're doing a very good job at it ourselves. We, as the nation, we need to come together. We, as South Africans, we need to start to put effort in our children's lives. There was, not so long ago, there was this whole alabuga, whatever kind of thingy. I'm not too much into gossip. Where girls are sent to Russia to it's like a human trafficking kind of thing. You know what was happening. It's been talked about. Now we're even gonna have to start paying tax because of that. But it's okay. We used to pay in tax anyway. Ask yourself, as a parent, when you are told, when your child comes to you and say, Mama, I got a scholarship to Russia. You don't even bother as a parent to do the research of what's going on. I mean, there were red flags. They were talked about those red flags. But because we told ourselves our kids can do whatever they want to do, that is why it's so easy for our kids to be so human trafficked. I was watching this other guy on, was it TikTok, Tamlu, that video that I sent you. He's an Uber driver. He picked up a girl, a 16 or 17-year-old girl in Kailija. And when he went to pick up that girl didn't know where she was going. When that girl got into the Uber, she asked the driver, where you going? The driver was like, but this is your trip. How can you ask me where are we going? So you've never been to a place where you're going? She said, no. How do you know the guy? We're talking on social media. Where is the parents that time? Where do you think your daughter is going? Can we go back to being those parents who are overprotective? If your child is a minor and they tell you that they're going to the movies at night, take them by yourself, not Uber. Take your car, drive your child to the mall, see who she's meeting with, and when the movie's finished, come back and fetch your child and go home. That's how we grew up. That's being responsible. Yes, something might happen in between when you're not around, but at least you know where you left your child and you know who you left them with. Now, when a 17-year-old gets in an Uber and goes to Parklands to meet a person that she's never met before, what guarantees you that your child will be back? Are we that careless? Are we that careless as parents? Guys, give me your comments, give me your thought. Tell me what kind of a parent are you? Are you an umbrella mom like me? I know I'm an umbrella mom. If I don't see my kids for 5 minutes, I go crazy. I need to see them all the time, especially when we are at home. The only time we are separated is when I'm at work and they are at school. Because the world is so crazy out there. I know I can't protect them from everything, but I try my level best. I'm not saying I'm perfect. No one is. We all have our flaws. But can we give our kids the attention they need, please? That's all I'm pleading. Anyway, guys, you know the power of YouTube, ne? Somehow my shoulders are lighter. It feels like I was in a therapy session or something. Do you have anything to ask me? Tamlu is defeated. He usually has something to ask. He's defeated. Guys, okay, he's got something.
Like, you know, the parents who are not aware of how their children get connection, what advice would you give the parent who are not well connected, who don't know technology? Children just come and say, I have scholarship. Children just say, I have this and I just need a certain amount of money, and then
as much as we like it, guys, the world and technology is advanced. Our children, they are forever on the phone. You don't have access to that phone. Now, as a parent, I monitor my kids' phone. I always check which website they go to. What do they search? Some content I block. It's understandable. They're still young. You might say it's a bit difficult when you're raising a teenager. But guys, why should we be... I'm not saying be the boss mom, but why should our children dictate what should happen to them? Tamlu asked a very, 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 very valid question. What if you are a mom and you are not so technologically advanced and your child comes to you and say, Mama, I received a scholarship and I must go to Russia, blah, blah, blah. It's easy, guys. Yes, I might not be advanced, but Masibadubani next door might be. And she can help me. It goes back to what I've been saying. It takes a village to raise a child. If you think you can do it alone, you can't. Because I might know something that you don't know. Or I might make you alert of something that you were not aware of. So sometimes, yes, I know these days we avoid talking to a lot of people because people are always monitoring people's lives. But I know you have somebody that you trust that you can confide into. You can confide to. Go to that person and tell them, Tamlu, Ori came to me and he said he got a scholarship, he's going to America, but I don't know how these things shall not be. Can you help me to do some research? It doesn't even have to be a friend. It can be a neighbor. Maybe your neighbor works in IT and you know them and you have a good relationship. It doesn't hurt to ask for help. That's all I'm saying. And get the, like, if your child is saying they are going to Dubai, there's gonna be an influencer there or whatever, get as much information as you can. If you can't, like I'm saying, if you don't know how to do research, if you don't know how to ask for help, guys. Ask for help. I think I've said more than a mouthful. Did you get the answer that you were looking for? He's satisfied, and I think I've said more than a mouthful. So catch us next week, Friday, when we upload third episode of Beyond the Frame. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the videos, and you can even listen to us when you're driving to work on all major Apple platforms. Otherwise, guys, thank you for the therapy. I feel light, I feel better. I hope to see you again next week before the rapture. Keep well. I love you guys, and mwah.